coverage of the NFL has us at the Caesars Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Tennessee Titans taking on the New Orleans Saints. The kicker for the Saints, Will Lutz, has it teed up, and here we go from New Orleans. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. And right away, he lost the football. And this is picked up, and he's into the end zone. A fumble return, and a Saint touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
Lutz with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. From the end zone, here's Julius Chestnut. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Now Tannehill going to move him around. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And this intercepted on the first play of the game. Picked up by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Boy, Charles, a lot of action right out of the gate. The two teams barely off the buses. We've already had the touchdown and now the interception.
Yeah, whatever happened to the feeling out process? You know, kind of throw a few jabs out there, kind of circle the ring a little bit. Both of them throwing haymakers right out of the gate. And the second one was an interception that may cost them.
Room here to run. There he goes, left side. Alvin Kamara. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, 76 yards. And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. CD, look at this clock and scoreboard. We're less than a minute into this game, and they've already made 2 trips to the end zone.
So that means that someone's confidence is absolutely soaring right now. There's almost no slowing them down. On the flip side, now you've got to get together. You've got to talk to each other. Make sure you stay tight, stay focused as a team. Yeah, it's a quick blitz, but you can get back in this game if you don't let it get away.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hand. let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Throwing again is Tannehill. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. Down the left sideline. Touchdown! DeAndre Hopkins. 64 yards. And the Titans have cut it back within a score. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. It usually meant that thing's done.
Oh, well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
The full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. At the 23, it's 2nd and 12. To throw, it's Carr. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means he'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing now is Carr. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Credit the sack there to Harold Landry. Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. Kyle Phillips deep for Tennessee. This is fielded at the 27. All told, a 54-yard punt, 13 on the return. And it'll be Titan football. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
Going deep for Hopkins. That is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Let's go.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Tannehill. That's complete to Traylon Burks. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2, Tannehill. Well, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
But they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They snap it to Tannehill. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front. A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. Play action. Now it's Carr. Looking here for Smith downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen 1 touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Here's Carr. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Danico Autry. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people would think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you're doing a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well. Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone, and there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us. No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
Back to the air, Tannehill on 2nd down. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Bradley Roby, the ex-Buckeye, with a corner blitz in the sack.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. 38-yard line, 2nd and 9. And Tannehill changing the look. 2nd and 9 now. Going deep for Hopkins. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
The Titans on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, here's Tannehill. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. A run there with Henry as he gets forward only for about 3. 2nd down coming up. Tannehill. And brought in downfield by Burks. Touchdown, Titans. Traylon Burks, 39 yards. And the Titans are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
Carr to throw on 2nd down. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him up to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Here we go with Kamara. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room?
Yeah.
Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
Now a 1st down throw, Tannehill. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I've got a good friend in football, always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
On 2nd and 10, Tannehill. His throw incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. See if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw on the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard inside the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did and came through with a big-time pick 6.
Badgley on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football. Oh, another ball up for grabs here, and this one is intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard, and his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. And that now 2 interceptions thrown in the second quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one, and they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception, tried a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a second one.
To throw on second down is Tannehill. And this is going to be intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And the Saints are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked by Kevin Byard. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ball game.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Out of the gun, Tannehill. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Here's Tannehill. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And the Titans are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Now a timeout called for by the offense.
Let's go.
As it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one. Henry trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Second and goal from the 1. And now a sneak. 10 fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. So crisis averted, but now facing third and goal. After the run, Tannehill going to throw to the goal line, but it's incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on third and goal. Let's see what they do on fourth and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on fourth and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
Here's Michael Badgley ready for the field goal try. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. Badgley able to knock this one through, and the lead works its way up to 10, 24-14. Well, Charles, I think you'd have to call that a win for the defense after the turnover already in field goal range, and they had to settle for 3.
Yeah, Bean, the beautiful part is you start so close to the end zone that your thought process on offense has to loosen up a little bit because you're thinking to yourself, you're almost guaranteed 3. Let's take some good shots at the end zone and try and turn it into 6.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
What's up?
And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. They get 1 yard back there to make it 2nd and 14. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. We welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. And the half will begin with a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start calling back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Now Carr. Escaping the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Carr can beat you in a lot of ways. The scramble there, a perfect example as he gets the first.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there because, to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there,
but he's starting to hit them with some big plays.
Now a play fake. Carr. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Rashad Weaver from that outside linebacker spot gets in there. It's a loss of 9.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. So the completion good for just 3. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That is caught. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 43. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. We're down to the 41.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Here's 2nd and 7. To throw his Carr. Quick slant here to Smith. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 25-yard line. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Nothing flashy there. The slant to the slot.
Oh, and the frustration for the defensive guys, because it's a quick play. And you know it's going to be a bang-bang play in terms of the throw and the catch. And then he's able to absorb the contact to complete it.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 23 yards on the play.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they can be set up with a 1st and goal.
Kamara is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Here's Carr to throw. He's got it. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
This Titan defense, they just will not give in easily. Looking for another stop, 3rd and goal. They'll run it with Kamara. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter.
We're getting set up for what should be a great 4th quarter. This has been a hard-hitting game because both teams have punched and counter-punched equally well. And here's a good finish to this drive. A touchdown run here late in the 3rd quarter.
Lutz good on the extra point. And that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Tannehill. That to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
2nd and 10. Tannehill. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Pete Werner. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Danico Autry is in on the stop. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, 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 and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Over the middle, complete. It's Smith. And inside the 20 before it's brought down. Give him 18 there, and the Saints have a 1st down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know, this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
2nd down and 6 now. Carr now to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal.
Hey, 734. That's it.
From the gun, it's Carr. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Oh, this defense knows. 4th quarter, they need to make a play. That one was ripe for the taking. Could have changed the complexion of the ball game, but it winds up incomplete.
A line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal.
That's it.
Now Carr. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Saints have taken a 4th quarter lead. A late turnover is so often the difference in a ball game, and here the turnover leads to the go-ahead touchdown.
So repeat after me, partner. You have to take care of the football. In order to protect the lead, you must take care of the football. Ball security. How many times do they have to say it? They've been preaching it since day 1 of camp, and it came back to bite them right there.
Lutz with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. The pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the 2nd half after a decent 1st half offensively. They need their best drive of the game right here. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away. Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10.
On first down, it's Tannehill.
And that one too wide and incomplete.
So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Throwing, Tannehill. He's got Henry. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 44-yard line. I tell you, it has not been his best day throwing the football. He really needs to piece something together here.
All will be forgiven if he leads them into the end zone.
Here's 1st down. Here's Tannehill. Throw out wide is incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens in bounds.
Meanwhile, Tannehill's throw pulled in by Hopkins.
The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints have just about sewn up this football game. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
The lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a 1st after a gain of about 9. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Carr going to look to throw. Over the middle into the hands of Michael Thomas.
And he will have a Saints 1st down. It has been a struggle, but it's looking like that'll be the one to seal a victory for him.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Down. 180. 180. We're good. We're good. 280. What's up?
The Saints in victory formation now as they'll take the knee.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this to about the 32.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did they have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Saints are winners here as we say so